Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll just wait a few minutes while people start joining, and then we'll get started.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for the 2023 AALNC Annual Business Meeting. I am AALNC's current president. My name is Lisa Mancuso. Before we get started, I just want to share a few housekeeping notes. Please be aware that there are many participants on this call. So as a courtesy to the presenters, all of the participants have been automatically muted. We will have an open Q&A at the end of the presentation. So please enter your questions into the Q&A box available on the Zoom dashboard at any time during the presentation. All questions will be answered in the order that they are received. And you can also upload your questions in the Q&A box. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted on the AALNC website within the upcoming weeks so that individuals who could not tune in live are able to participate as well. Now, having a quorum, I'd like to call the 2023 AALNC Annual Business Meeting to order. I would like to introduce the 2022-2023 AALNC Board of Directors. As I already said, I am the president. Our president-elect is Jennifer Parks. Our secretary-treasurer is Erin Goligly. Our past president is Mary Flanagan. And our directors at large are Tamara Carlin-Bossier and Judy Young. We would now like to provide you with a certification update. I'd like to invite the board chair for AALNC Therese Bryers, to provide this update from 2022 business.
Good afternoon. My name is Tess Bryers, and as Lisa shared, I'm the chair of the AALNCCB. The board members for 2022 to 2023 are Rhonda Sullivan, Cindy Magg, Annette Weisgarber, Jean Cooper, and Diane Frisch. These are the areas of focus for today's meeting. 2022 AALCCB wins. One is a new online certification application. It provides immediate response to the application submission. E-commerce is built in, and it continues to streamline the process from application to testing. It's a more automated process that eliminates physical paper applications and expedites the application approval, payment of fees, and it makes it easier for the candidate to select their testing environment. They can test either in person or via remote proctoring. We had 32 new LNCCs successfully pass their exam in 2022. We are hopeful that we continue to trend up and hold steady at the typical average of 35 candidates that pass out of the 50 that test every year. We ended 2022 with 520 LNCCs, which is on par with 2021. The LNCC numbers have been trending down slightly in recent years, due in part to the retirement and current state of nursing and healthcare. The AALNCCB has been working on strategies to increase numbers, including communication strategies and ways to engage our retiring LNCCs. Over the past year, AALNCCB has been working with numerous volunteers to further develop and update the LNCC exam. In 2022, a new item reference library was created, and the existing LNCC item bank was re-referenced to reflect the updated library. At the end of 2022 into early 2023, volunteer subject matter experts worked with our testing vendor to complete item writing, adding new items for the potential exam question bank. Last month, in March, AALNCCB completed an extensive review of the question bank to finalize the new exam template. This new exam will be used beginning in May of this year, and we are excited about the improvements being made to the exam. ABSNC is the only accrediting body dedicated to nursing certification programs. Being accredited ensures that the AALNCCB is aligned to industry's best practices. AALNCCB's reaccreditation application was submitted on April 1st and is currently being reviewed. We have been implementing a recertification communication strategy to guide new certificates through their first years as LNCCs, leading up to their first recertification. This communication plan includes consistent touch points over time, including expiration reminders, tips for recertification, and reminders of available contact hour opportunities and contact hour tracking. The goal of this strategy is to make recertification more clear and accessible, especially for the new LNCCs. AALNC's website update in 2022 provided an opportunity for AALNCCB to update their website and rebrand to be more visually cohesive with the AALNC organization. This updated website also allows us to make information on certification more accessible to those interested in certifying or recertifying or getting involved with AALNCCB projects. Along with these recent updates, AALNCCB is excited to announce a new option for recertification beginning this year. An LNCC retired credential is available to those LNCCs who are retired but still interested in maintaining their credential. I ask all of you to join me in thanking Rhonda Sullivan for the exceptional job she has done as an AALNCCB board member and leading the board this past year. Her strategic passion for certification and support for continuing education provided AALNCCB with strong leadership and provided me with a solid foundation to continue lead the board in my next term. Thank you so much, Rhonda. And thank you for the opportunity to present today. I'd like now to welcome AALNC Secretary Treasurer Erin Gallagher.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erin Gallagher, and I am AALNC's Secretary Treasurer. A copy of the 2021 Annual Business Meeting Minutes are available on the AALNC website. The AALNC Board of Directors has reviewed and approved the minutes. As AALNC Secretary Treasurer, I have worked closely with the Finance Committee and the AALNC staff to ensure that your membership dues and income are being budgeted wisely. The Finance Committee ensures that multiple people regularly review the AALNC financial statements, audit, and annual budget in detail to ensure there is a proper system of checks and balances. The independent audit of AALNC's 2022 financials is underway, so for purposes of today's meeting, I will be reporting on unaudited financials. The draft financials reported 2022 year-end revenue of $748,597 and total expenses of $1,021,041, which resulted in a net income loss of $272,444. The AALNC Board of Directors made a strategic decision in 2022 to approve a deficit budget, which included a necessary update to AALNC's professional course, pardon me, and a website migration from an outdated platform to a more robust user-friendly option. The new AALNC.org launched in the fourth quarter of 2022. Expenses for the LNC professional course update will carry over to 2023 with an anticipated launch date in the fourth quarter of this year. To explain the revenue sources of AALNC, this chart shows significant portions of where our revenue comes from. As you can see, most of our revenue comes from membership, followed by education. As you know, AALNC started a new program called Jumpstart in 2020. This continues to provide us with a new educational program opportunity in addition to the annual forum. Here you can see AALNC's breakdown of expenses throughout the year. Each year's primary expenditures include administrative expenses, the forum, and education. Please note that all administrative expenses are combined into a single budget, though much of that goes to support individual programs such as membership, certification, forum, committee management, and educational product support. Although net assets have fluctuated over the years, we are still a financially viable and healthy organization. It is always our goal to ultimately build our net assets to ensure AALNC's long-term viability for the future. Our healthy gain in both 2020 and 2021 is the result of a lot of hard work and conservative financial management to ensure the long-term stability of AALNC. So where are we headed now? The AALNC Board of Directors will be engaging in a strategic planning workshop in a few weeks when we convene in Louisville, Kentucky for our 2023 annual forum. Look for more details to come, and we aim to finalize the organization's strategic plan later this year. In the meantime, we are excited about a new revenue-generating opportunity for AALNC, our Class of 2023 Mentorship Program. Taking feedback from our members, we've created a new opportunity for mentors and mentees to participate in a year-long mentorship program, which kicked off in January of this year. Right now, we have 9 mentees matched with mentors, and the application for 2024 will launch later this year. I would now like to ask Karen Wilkinson, AALNC's Director of Programs, to provide a brief update. Thank you.
Thanks, Erin. My name is Karen Wilkinson, and I am the AALNC's Director of Programs. AALNC continued to provide a variety of educational offerings throughout 2022 into 2023. These educational activities would not be possible without the dedicated volunteers that serve on our education committees and the staff at Smith Buckland that support them. AALNC is an accredited with distinction provider of continuing nursing education through 2024. Our annual report included 14 live continuing nursing education activities, 69 Endurance activities, and 4 Journal CE activities. We continue to see increasing engagement in education offerings again this past year. Jumpstart was offered for the 3rd year, with 104 members attending in 2022, up from 103 the year before. Annual Forum returned to in-person participation in 2022 in Orlando, with 154 members attending. We had more webinar participants in 2022 than in 2021, and the numbers continue to climb this year. Moving forward, we will continue monthly webinars free to members, and again this year are the free CE articles in the journal. The other new thing for this past year were the revisions to how we are doing our work with new committee structures. The newest committee we have is a Content Planning and Education Committee that is responsible for coming up with CE content topics for webinars and other interactive education activities, reviewing new content for revised and new education products, and determining content for the briefing. We have the Journal Committee that continues to select CE articles for each edition. The 2024 Forum Committee will start planning shortly for our next year's forum to be in Pittsburgh. I'd now like to invite JLNC editor Shauna Butler to provide an update on the past year.
Thank you, Karen. Hello, everyone. My name's Shauna Butler. I'm the new editor-in-chief of the Journal of Legal Nurse Consulting, as you know, the companion journal for AALNC. I'm a nurse attorney. I worked as a nurse for many years in acute care medicine, moved on and went to law school, then went back and got my D&P. So I do a little bit of everything. I split my time between the patient safety, legal, regulatory world in a hospital setting, as well as teaching ethical and legal issues to nursing and healthcare students. So joining the Journal of Legal Nurse Consulting has been a really interesting thing for me. It's the intersection of healthcare and the law, and I've really enjoyed working with the committee members and becoming a part of the AALNC and working with the LNCs. And I was very excited to come on board. I was joined last fall, and I'm really proud of what the journal strives to do each quarter. In 2022, the JLNC published 4 issues. Last year, we began moving away from the topic-focused issues that you may have been used to seeing before towards a more open topic format for the journal. And this allows us to be more inclusive of submitted manuscripts and flexible with our content. Every issue contains the options for free CE credits, and this is a member benefit. In 2022, 140 members took advantage of CEs in at least one of the 4 issues, and these CEs are free to all members. We continue to include CE opportunities in 2023, so be sure not to miss out. JLNC webpage got a little bit of a facelift this year with the new website from AALNC. If you haven't already, be sure to take a look at it. You can find the journal under the resources menu, and this page has information on current issues, archives, CEs, submission guidelines, and more. Do you happen to be interested in being published? The JLNC is a great place for any LNC or allied professional to submit an article, query, or manuscript to help educate and inform our readers. You don't have to have experience being published. We really encourage first-time authors to submit for consideration. Myself, along with all of the very active committee members, provide writing and concept assistance as needed. And if you have any questions or are interested in submitting, please feel free to email jlnc@aalnc.org. JLNC committee is always looking for new members to get involved in the publication process. Committee members help recruit authors, provide coaching to new authors on how to get their article ready to publish, and participate in the peer review process. And that makes our journal so valuable. So if you are interested in joining an upcoming meeting to see what kind of work the committee does, please feel free to email us, jlnc@aalnc.org. Thank you. Now I'll turn it over to our AALNC President-elect, Jennifer Parks.
Thank you, Shauna. As the Leadership Succession Committee Chair this year, I'm excited to ensure that AALNC is placing the right person at the right time on the board, and that we're taking into consideration the current strengths and opportunities of the board as we recruit to find people to enhance our current board makeup. The Leadership Succession Committee spent considerable time making sure we worked as a cohesive group of leaders. We're so grateful for all of you who submitted applications, and we respect the courage it takes to decide to run for a board or leadership succession committee position. I'm confident that our organization is in great hands to continue our recent successes and tackle new ground. I'd like to thank our committee this year for their hard work. Cheryl Gaddy, Elizabeth Murray, Lisa Mancuso, and Jane Schufro. I want to take a minute to especially acknowledge Cheryl Gaddy and Elizabeth Murray, whose term has come to an end. Cheryl and Beth, we thank you for your service on the LSC, your time, your expertise, and we look forward to your continued support of AALNC. I'm pleased to announce the results of our 2022 election. With no eligible or interested candidates for the president-elect position this year, the Leadership Succession Committee and current Board of Directors presented our current elected officers to serve an additional year in our positions. Lisa Mancuso, appointed to continue to serve as president. Yours truly, Jennifer Parks, to continue as president-elect, and Mary Flanagan to continue as immediate past president. This year, Tamara Carlin Bossier has been appointed as Secretary Treasurer. Congratulations to our board officers. We're looking forward to another wonderful year of collaboration as leaders while we implement a comprehensive succession plan to ensure normal board progression for 2024 and beyond. Additionally, we have 2 new directors at large who will be joining AALNC board this year, Kenyatta Christmas and Barbara Gaynor. Kenyatta has been a lead nurse practitioner for her practice for the past 9 years, leading a team of 30 NPs and PAs. She also owns her own LNC practice, which she began in 2018. She has previous experience in leadership with the Greater Orlando chapter of AALNC. Barbara currently owns her own practice as well, which she began in 2015, and where she works as both an LNC and an independent patient advocate. She brings over 25 years of nursing experience to the board. Barbara has been involved with leadership and education planning for the West Virginia Upper Ohio Valley chapter of AALNC for several years. We are excited to welcome both Kenyatta and Barbara to the National Board of Directors. I would also like to announce that Michelle Gaines and Aaron Gallagher will be joining the Leadership Succession Committee, and Jane Shufra will remain on the committee for another year of her 2-year term. Thank you to all of our applicants this year. With that, I would like to formally introduce you to your 2023-2024 AALNC Board of Directors. Our esteemed President, Lisa Mancuso, past President, Mary Flanagan, President-elect, Jennifer Parks, Secretary-Treasurer, Tamara Carlin-Bossier, Directors at Large, Kenyatta Christmas, Judy Young, and Barbara Gaynor. We are very excited for the year ahead, but we can't let this last year go without recognizing our incredible outgoing board member who has dedicated many years in service to AALNC. At this time, I'd like to recognize and thank Aaron Gallagher, our outgoing Secretary and Treasurer. We're so grateful for Aaron's efforts to help guide our organization. We deeply appreciate her time and commitment to our mission and association. With that, I'll turn it back over to our esteemed President, Lisa Mancuso, to close out the 2023 AALNC Annual Business Meeting.
Thanks, Jennifer. We'll now open up the floor for any questions. Please select the Q&A function at the bottom of your Zoom window to send us a question.
At this time, if anyone has any questions, you can either put them in the chat box or in the Q&A box. And I will read each question out loud as it's submitted, and our board of directors will answer them. Our first question is about this year's forum. Will the annual forum in Louisville be recorded?
I'll take that, I guess. So we are not going to record the annual forum this year. And that decision was based on recording costs and the level of interest that was demonstrated for the 2022 recording. So unfortunately, that is a no. But if you're interested in a virtual event, we will have the LNC Jumpstart coming in September. So be on the lookout for that information.
Thanks, Lisa. The next question is, can you say again where next year's forum is?
Who wants to take that? Mary, I'll have you address that for us.
We're excited to be going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yay.
April 18th through the 20th, I believe.
The next question is, what is AALNC's current membership?
Right now, we're at approximately 1,200 members. And we would love everybody here to promote our organization so that we can drive up that membership number.
If anyone else has any questions, you can enter them in either the webinar chat box or in the question and answer box. And it looks like we have one more. What kind of upcoming education can I expect from AALNC in 2023?
Tamara, do you want to take that one for us?
Can you repeat the question? Upcoming education?
Yeah, what upcoming education is there in 2023?
Well, we have new modules that will be coming out for, what is the name of it? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
The LNC professional course.
The LNC professional course. Everybody's been working very, very hard on redoing all those modules, and we're going to be very excited to be rolling all of those out. We've got our ongoing webinars that we have every month, and Karen and her team, I'm the liaison to the Content Planning and Education Committee, and Karen and everybody on the committee has worked very hard to bring a lot of different topics that are current and relevant and exciting and different. Obviously, we've got our forum coming up soon, and we're super excited about that program layout. And then we have our Jumpstart in the fall. That's always been very successful, and a lot of people have really enjoyed being engaged in that. So look for all of those things and sign up, and we would love to see you. If you have any questions, let us know.
Thanks, Tamara. Our next question, has there been any discussion about presenting another mock trial?
Ooh, I'll take that one, if it's okay.
Yeah,
I'd
go
love
for
to
it.
present another mock trial. It's a pretty big lift. It has to be the right venue. There's a lot of moving parts to that, but we talk about it almost every year, just about the logistics. The board knows how I feel about COVID, but COVID affected many of the decisions we had to make, many tough decisions, and it's important as a member that you know that. And back to upcoming education, you have a unique availability as a member to suggest whatever you want us to present. That's where we get our ideas from. It's from you. So don't be shy.
Thanks, Mary. The next question we have is, people have asked me what an overall cost is for a person to go through the LNC course. What does the professional course completed cost to a person that is new to LNC work?
I can actually take that one. So I will drop a link with the pricing on our website for the LNCC review course. And actually the LNC professional course, once that's released, we will have pricing available. It will be a similar model to the course we currently have, but it will actually have, compared to the current 17 modules, there will be 27. So there will be the option of purchasing the full course, as well as a couple bundle options based on the topic areas and level of experience. And then, of course, that individual module option as well, based on the number of contact hours. So that will be released coming this summer, the pricing and the different modules that will be available. But I just dropped in the chat the pricing structure and the number of modules for the LNCC review course.
Thanks, Caitlin. I think that is all of the questions that we've received. I don't see any more coming in.
Okay. Well, then, hearing no more questions, I am calling this meeting to a close. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending, and I hope we're going to see all of you in Louisville in just a couple of weeks.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay.
Thank
See you all in Louisville.
Thank you.